The papal conclave is one of the most secretive, sacred, and fascinating processes in the world, steeped in centuries of tradition, ritual, and spiritual significance. It is the mechanism by which the Catholic Church selects a new pope, the spiritual leader of over 1.4 billion Catholics worldwide. The word conclave comes from the Latin cum clave, meaning with a key, reflecting the historical practice of locking cardinals in a secluded space to deliberate and vote. This article serves as an exhaustive guide to understanding the conclave, its history, rules, procedures, rituals, and modern adaptations, offering a deep dive into this unique institution. The origins of the conclave. The conclave, as we know it today, has its roots in the 13th century, but the process of selecting a pope dates back to the earliest days of Christianity. In the first centuries, popes were often chosen by the clergy and laity of Rome, with the process evolving over time. By the Middle Ages, the College of Cardinals, a body of senior church leaders, became the primary electors of the pope. The modern conclave system was formalized in 1274 during the Second Council of Lyon under Pope Gregory XIII. This followed a chaotic two-year vacancy in the papacy after the death of Pope Clement IV in 1268. Frustrated by the delay, the citizens of Viterbo, where the election was taking place, locked the cardinals in a building, reduced their food supply, and even removed the roof to pressure them into a decision. Gregory X's decree, Ubi Periculum, where there is danger, established strict rules for future elections, including seclusion, to ensure timely decisions. These rules laid the foundation for the conclave process. The purpose of the conclave. The conclave is convened to elect a new pope following the death or resignation of the reigning pontiff. The pope is the Bishop of Rome, the Vicar of Christ, and the head of the Catholic Church, wielding supreme authority over matters of doctrine, governance, and spiritual leadership. The conclave ensures that this critical role is filled by a candidate deemed worthy by the College of Cardinals guided by the Holy Spirit. While the conclave is primarily a religious event, it carries global significance. The Pope's influence extends beyond the Catholic Church, shaping geopolitical, social, and ethical discussions. The secrecy and solemnity of the conclave underscore its gravity, as cardinals deliberate not only on the qualities of the next pope, but also on the future direction of the Church. Who participates in the conclave? The conclave is an exclusive affair, with participation limited to a select group. 1. The College of Cardinals. The electors in a conclave are the cardinals of the Catholic Church who are under 80 years of age at the time of the papal vacancy. This rule was established by Pope Paul VI in 1970 in Gravacentum Aetatum to ensure that electors are active in church governance. The maximum number of voting cardinals is capped at 120, as set by Pope John Paul II in Universi Dominici Gregis, 1996, though this number can occasionally be exceeded due to the timing of cardinals' birthdays. Cardinals come from diverse regions, reflecting the global nature of the Church. In recent conclaves, electors have hailed from Europe, Latin America, Africa, Asia, and North America, ensuring a broad range of perspectives. 2. Support staff. A small number of non-voting personnel are allowed inside the conclave to assist with logistics. These include the Master of Papal Liturgical Celebrations, who oversees religious ceremonies, 2 doctors for medical emergencies, a few priests to hear confessions, housekeeping and catering staff to provide meals and maintain the Sistine Chapel and Domus Sanctae Marthae, the residence where cardinals stay. All personnel must take an oath of secrecy under penalty of excommunication to ensure the conclave's confidentiality. 3. The Camerlengo. The Camerlengo of the Holy Roman Church, a senior cardinal, plays a key role during the sede vacante, the period when the papal see is vacant. The Camerlengo manages the day-to-day affairs of the Church and oversees preparations for the conclave. Upon the Pope's death, the Camerlengo confirms the passing by calling the Pope's name 3 times and tapping his forehead with a silver hammer, a practice now largely symbolic. The Camerlengo also destroys the Pope's fisherman's ring and other symbols of authority, signifying the end of the pontificate. The rules of the conclave. The conclave is governed by a detailed set of rules, primarily outlined in Universi Dominici Gregis, the apostolic constitution issued by Pope John Paul II in 1996 and modified by Pope Benedict XVI in 2013. These rules ensure the process is orderly, secretive, and free from external influence. 1. Timing. The conclave typically begins 15-20 days after the papal vacancy, allowing cardinals time to travel to Rome and participate in the general congregation's pre-conclave meetings to discuss church matters and the qualities needed in the next pope. If all cardinals are present earlier, the conclave can begin sooner, as modified by Benedict XVI. 2. Seclusion. The conclave is held in strict seclusion to prevent external influence. Cardinals are isolated from the outside world, no phones, internet, newspapers, or communication with non-participants. The Sistine Chapel, where voting takes place, and the Domus Sancti Marthae are swept for electronic devices to ensure secrecy. 3. Voting process. Voting occurs in the Sistine Chapel under Michelangelo's frescoes, including the Last Judgment, which serves as a solemn reminder of divine accountability. Each cardinal writes the name of their chosen candidate on a ballot, using the phrase ego elego, I elect, followed by the name in a disguised hand to ensure anonymity. Ballots are counted by 3 scrutineers, elected cardinals, with additional cardinals serving as infirmari to collect votes from sick cardinals and revisers to verify the count. A 2/3 majority is required to elect a pope. If the number of cardinals is not divisible by 3, an additional vote is needed, for example, 80 out of 119. 4. Voting sessions. On the first day, 1 ballot is held. On subsequent days, 2 ballots are held in the morning and 2 in the afternoon. If no candidate achieves a 2/3 majority after several rounds, typically 33 or 34 ballots, the cardinals may decide to proceed with a runoff between the 2 leading candidates, requiring only a simple majority. 5. Burning of ballots. After each voting session, ballots are burned in a stove in the Sistine Chapel. Chemicals are added to produce black smoke, fumata nera, if no pope is elected, or white smoke, fumata bianca, if a pope is chosen. The smoke signals, visible from St. Peter's Square, are a dramatic way to communicate the conclave's progress to the world, the rituals and ceremonies. The conclave is rich with rituals that blend spirituality, tradition, and symbolism. 1. Pro elegendo Pontifice Mass. Before the conclave begins, cardinals attend a Mass in St. Peter's Basilica, invoking the guidance of the Holy Spirit. The homily often emphasizes the qualities needed in the next pope. 2. Entry into the conclave cardinals process from the Pauline Chapel to the Sistine Chapel, singing the hymn Veni Creator Spiritus to invoke divine inspiration. The master of papal liturgical celebrations declares extra omnes, everyone out, signaling the departure of non-participants and the sealing of the conclave. 3. Oath of secrecy. Each cardinal swears an oath to follow the conclave's rules, maintain secrecy, and act in the best interest of the Church. The oath is taken before Michelangelo's Last Judgment, reinforcing its solemnity. 4. Habemus Papam. Once a pope is elected, the cardinal deacon announces Habemus Papam, we have a pope, from the balcony of St. Peter's Basilica, revealing the new pope's name and regnal title. The new pope then appears to deliver his first blessing, Urbi et Orbi, to the city and the world. The Sistine Chapel, the heart of the conclave. The Sistine Chapel is not just a venue, but a spiritual and symbolic space for the conclave. Its frescoes, painted by Michelangelo and other Renaissance masters, create an atmosphere of awe and reverence. The Last Judgment looms over the cardinals, reminding them of the eternal consequences of their decision. The chapel's isolation and grandeur underscore the conclave's significance, making it a fitting stage for one of the Church's most sacred duties, modern adaptations. While the conclave retains its ancient roots, it has evolved to meet modern needs. Resignation of a pope. Historically, conclaves followed a pope's death. However, Pope Benedict XVI's resignation in 2013, the first in nearly 600 years, demonstrated that conclaves could occur after a voluntary abdication. The rules for such cases were clarified by Benedict XVI's modifications to Universi Dominici Gregis. Technology. The Vatican now uses electronic jammers to prevent leaks and ensure secrecy. The Domus Sanctae Marthae, a modern residence, replaced the cramped quarters of the Apostolic Palace, improving cardinals' comfort. Global representation. The College of Cardinals has become more diverse, reflecting the Church's global reach. For example, the 2013 conclave elected Pope Francis, the first pope from the Americas, signaling a shift toward non-European leadership, challenges, and controversies. The conclave is not without its challenges. Secrecy versus transparency. While secrecy ensures independence, it can fuel speculation and mistrust. Leaks, such as those during the 2005 conclave, revealed in the Vatileaks scandal, have occasionally breached the process. Geopolitical pressures. Cardinals must balance regional interests, theological perspectives, and global issues, for example, poverty, climate change, secularism, when choosing a pope. Time constraints. Prolonged conclaves can create uncertainty in the Church. The 1274 rules were designed to prevent delays, but modern conclaves are typically swift, lasting 2-3 days. Fun facts about the conclave. Shortest conclave. The 1939 conclave, which elected Pope Pius XIV, lasted less than 24 hours. Longest conclave, the 1268-1271 election in Viterbo, took nearly 3 years, prompting the creation of the conclave system. Non-cardinal popes. While rare, popes can be elected from outside the College of Cardinals. The last non-cardinal pope was Urban VI in 1378. Papal names. The new pope chooses a regnal name, often honoring a predecessor or saint. Pope Francis chose his name to honor Saint Francis of Assisi, reflecting his commitment to humility and care for the poor. The conclave in popular culture. The conclave has captured the public imagination, inspiring books, films, and TV shows. Works like Dan Brown's Angels and Demons and the HBO series The Young Pope dramatize the process, often exaggerating its intrigue. While these portrayals are entertaining, they rarely capture the spiritual depth and procedural rigor of the real conclave. Why the conclave matters. The conclave is more than a bureaucratic process. It is a profound act of faith, discernment, and responsibility. For Catholics, it is a moment when human deliberation intersects with divine guidance, as cardinals seek to elect a pope who will lead the Church through challenges and opportunities. For the world, it is a reminder of the enduring influence of the papacy, an institution that has shaped history for 2 millennia. The conclave's blend of secrecy, tradition, and global impact makes it a singular event. Whether viewed as a religious ritual or a geopolitical milestone, it remains a testament to the Catholic Church's ability to adapt while preserving its ancient heritage. Conclusion. The Papal Conclave is a remarkable institution, balancing centuries-old traditions with the demands of the modern world. From the Sistine Chapel's hallowed walls to the white smoke rising over St. Peter's Square, every element of the conclave is imbued with meaning. By understanding its history, rules, and rituals, we gain insight into not only the Catholic Church but also the enduring power of faith and leadership in shaping our world. Whether you're a Catholic seeking to deepen your knowledge or a curious observer fascinated by this secretive process, the conclave offers a window into a unique blend of spirituality, history, and human drama. The next time the world awaits the Fumata Bianca, you'll know exactly what's happening behind those locked doors.